Welcome to this studio recording of our live event, Effective Online Learning, Strategies for Overcoming Barriers and Engaging Learners. This session was part of our December 24 Professional Development Week, where we explored practical approaches to enhance teaching and learning in diverse educational settings. During the live event, we explored strategies for creating impactful online learning experiences. We discussed how to address common barriers to engagement and shared techniques to motivate and support learners in virtual environments. Whether you're revisiting this content or joining us for the first time, we hope this session provides you with some valuable insights and actionable ideas for your practice. During the event, I was joined by Helen Canning from Heart of Worcestershire College. Together, we shared insights and practical strategies to support educators in creating engaging and effective online learning environments. Helen brought with her valuable expertise and perspectives from her experience, which added a lot of depth to our discussion. First, let's share our objectives for the session. During this session, we focused on three key goals. First, we aimed to understand the barriers to effective online learning. These challenges can impact both educators and learners, and identifying them is the first step towards addressing them. Next, we explored strategies to overcome these barriers. This included practical solutions and tools designed to enhance the online learning experience for both students and teachers. Finally, we aim to equip you with actionable techniques to increase learner engagement. The goal is to create dynamic, interactive and inclusive online learning environments where students feel motivated and supported in their learning journeys. Throughout this recorded session, we'll share our thoughts, our ideas and some strategies. To start the session, Helen asked participants to use the emoji tools in the chat to say hello, share how they were feeling, or simply let everyone know they were there. This approach served multiple purposes. It encouraged immediate engagement, created a sense of community, and gave participants an easy way to interact, even if they were a little shy about using their microphone or camera. Using emojis is a great way to encourage engagement because it's quick, fun, and inclusive. It allows everyone to participate in a low-pressure way, setting a positive tone for the rest of the session. If you're watching this as a recording, take a moment to reflect on how you might use a similar approach to build rapport and engage learners in your own online sessions. Let's take a moment to look at some key statistics about online learning. They show a mix of preferences, trends, and benefits in this space. For example, while 54% of students prefer classroom-based learning for focus and interaction, 47% favour online learning for its flexibility and time-saving benefits. Interestingly, 55% of adult undergraduates prefer a hybrid model that combines both. We can also see that 70% of learners are more motivated when using mobile devices, and e-learning can help students retain between 25% and 60% more information. Since 2020, 98% of universities have shifted their classes online, highlighting how widespread this approach has become, particularly in higher education. Finally, the global e-learning market is booming. It's projected to reach $457.8 billion by 2026, with e-learning being the fastest growing market in the education sector, showing a whopping 900% growth since the year 2000. The next thing we asked participants to do was to share some of the frustrations they've experienced with online learning. This question was designed to get everyone thinking about the challenges we face, both as educators and as learners, in the online space. If you're watching the recording, take a moment to consider this question yourself. What are some of the frustrations you've encountered? Reflecting on these can help you identify areas for improvement in your own online teaching or learning strategies. Now let's explore some of the responses. On this slide we can see the responses visualised as a word cloud, and we used Slido for this activity. Some key challenges stood out to us, such as technical issues like Wi-Fi problems, slow responses or tech failures, which can disrupt the learning experience. Participants also highlighted challenges with engagement, such as learners multitasking, being distracted by their environment, or not turning on their camera or responding to questions. Silence and lack of participation were recurring themes, as well as students feeling disconnected or reluctant to speak. Other points included learners blaming connectivity issues for their lack of engagement, missing meetings or struggling to focus in environments that aren't quite conducive to learning. These insights really reflect the practical difficulties we face in online settings. Again, if you're watching the recording, take a second to think about whether these challenges resonate with your own experiences and how you might address them in your teaching practice. The link to the Slido activity will be available later in the session, so you can try it out yourself. When identifying common barriers in online learning, technical issues are often at the top of the list. These can include poor Wi-Fi in either the teacher or student's environment, students not having access to a camera or a microphone, or the challenges of using phones instead of laptops or computers for online learning. Other challenges arise from where students join their lessons. Some may be at home, others in college, or even in public places like a cafe. Someone noted that their students want joins from a bus. This can make it difficult to maintain a consistent and focused learning environment. Additionally, both students and educators may struggle with unfamiliarity with tools like Teams or Zoom, and in some cases teachers' own technical skills can be a barrier. What's interesting is how closely these issues that we've noted here align with the participant comments from the word cloud on the previous slide. Silence, lack of response and Wi-Fi or tech failure continue to be key frustrations shared during the live session. It's clear that these technical barriers significantly impact engagement and the overall online learning experience. Reflecting on these challenges can help us better understand the obstacles we need to address to make online learning more accessible and effective for everyone. Engagement-related issues are another of the biggest challenges in online learning, and this slide highlights some of the key problems we face. A significant barrier here is the inability to see whether students are truly engaged, particularly when cameras are off or students are visibly distracted. Other challenges include students struggling to engage due to anxiety, lack of concentration, or being in less than ideal environments. For instance, some students might join lessons from bed or other settings where they're not fully prepared to focus. Timing can also play a role, as students may find it difficult to balance their schedules or adapt to lesson times. Additionally, distractions from their environment, whether it's noise, other people, or multitasking, can make staying engaged even harder. And finally, the lack of direct interaction, such as fewer opportunities for back and forth conversations or directed questioning, can reduce the richness of online learning. These issues point to the need for strategies that address both the technical and emotional barriers to engagement. If you're watching and reflecting on this, consider what strategies you've tried or could try in the future to tackle these challenges in your own teaching practice. On this slide, you can see the results of our collaborative Padlet activity. This is where participants shared their own specific challenges that they've encountered in online learning. The responses highlight a range of issues that many of us face. One common challenge is learners not engaging, whether it's silence when direct questions are asked, cameras being off, or students leaving early for personal reasons. Some participants also noted difficulties with learners multitasking or pretending they couldn't hear due to technical issues. Technical and accessibility barriers were another significant theme, such as students not having the right technology or struggling with non-technical skills. These issues often lead to a lack of participation and a sense of disconnection during online sessions. Other challenges include group dynamics in breakout rooms, where learners might stay silent instead of participating in discussions, or even engaging in unrelated activities like cooking or being on the bus. If you're watching this recording, take a moment once again to reflect on these shared experiences. Do any of these challenges resonate with you? Understanding these barriers can help us work towards more effective solutions together. Now let's explore some strategies to overcome the challenges of online learning. These ideas are designed to help create a more engaging and effective experience for both us and our learners. First, try to think about the learner's perspective. How would you feel in an online lesson? Reflecting on your own experiences during virtual meetings can give valuable insights into the challenges our students face. Consider the learner's digital skills, especially when they're just starting out. Using interactive tools like emojis, chat features or reactions like a thumbs up or down can make the experience more dynamic and inclusive. Creating structured routines is another powerful strategy to try. Encourage learners to check in at the start of lessons, whether it's saying hello on the mic or in the chat, and remind them about upcoming lessons well in advance. Clear communication channels here are key. Use the chat facility effectively. This can help keep everyone connected and reduce misunderstandings. At the same time, it fosters a sense of community, which is really important. This can be done by encouraging students to interact in group chats or Teams tiles and uploading resources ahead of lessons so they feel prepared. Individual support also plays an important role. Check in with learners before, during and after lessons to address their specific needs. And if possible, meet learners face to face occasionally, as this can further strengthen connections and engagement. Finally, encourage learners to share what they've learned after the session. This could be as simple as emailing a completed task, sending a screenshot of their notes, or participating in a shared activity, for example on Padlet. These small actions reinforce learning and help educators gauge their students' understanding. Have a think about how you can apply these strategies in your own online learning to address challenges and improve your learner outcomes. Now let's take a look at some online tools that you can use in your classroom. Here are some practical tools that can help increase engagement in your online or hybrid classrooms. On this slide, we've compiled a variety of resources that you can explore and incorporate into your own teaching practice. Some of these tools, like Kahoot and Nearpod, are great for creating interactive quizzes and presentations that capture students' attention. Platforms like Padlet and Miro are brilliant for collaborative activities, allowing students to brainstorm, contribute ideas, and work together in real time. If you're looking to encourage deeper learning, tools like Edpuddle and GymKit can help by creating videos and gamifying learning experiences. And Canva and Teacher Toolkit are also excellent for designing visually engaging materials to support your lessons. We encourage you to explore these tools and think about how they might fit into your teaching style and your curriculum. If you're watching the recording, you can find links to all of these resources in the video description below. Take a moment to jot down any tools you'd like to try and think about how they could enhance engagement and learning outcomes for your students. The last resource we'd like to share in more detail is the Teacher's Toolkit. It's a one-stop shop for teachers looking to enhance their online teaching strategies and engagement techniques. First up, there's the 47 Ideas section, which is a treasure trove of creative strategies to make your virtual lessons more interactive and effective. Whether you're teaching synchronously or asynchronously, these ideas can help you keep learners motivated and involved. Next, there's a collection of ready-to-use classroom resources. These materials are designed to save you time and make lesson planning for online instruction a bit smoother. From templates to activities, these resources ensure you're equipped with practical tools to improve the learning experience. And finally, the top learning platform reviews provide valuable insights into the best tools for tracking student progress and conducting assessments. If you're considering integrating new technology into your teaching, this is a great place to start. If you'd like to explore more, you can visit the website via the link at the bottom of the slide. It's a great resource for taking your online teaching to the next level. Don't forget to bookmark it and check it out, as there's a wealth of information available there. And while it's not specifically endorsed by NCFE, many of our providers use it already. As we come to concluding the session, let's take a moment to reflect on all that we've explored together. In the last activity of the live session, participants were asked to share one online tool they already used or were excited to try, and to have a think about how it could support engagement or has been used successfully in their teaching. Here are some of the great tools and ideas they shared by participants. Canva, Quizzes, Mentimeter and ThingLink were just a few of the popular tools mentioned. Some participants were excited to try out the Teams whiteboard or even explore AI tools like Notebook LM for creating podcasts from documents. Others highlighted platforms like Padlet and Kahoot, which many of us already use to keep learners engaged and active in our lessons. This Padlet also showcases a wealth of creativity and willingness to explore, with participants reflecting on how these tools have worked for them and brainstorming new strategies. For example, one participant noted using gaming websites to teach time management, while others mentioned their interest in registering for sessions to further build their digital skills. If you're watching the recording, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on your own key takeaway. Can you think of one tool or strategy you're inspired to try in your practice? Feel free to visit the Padlet link if it's still live, or explore the resources mentioned here or in the links below. Your engagement in these activities is key to making online learning more effective and enjoyable for both you and your learners. As I wrap up the session, I'd like to invite you to share your feedback on today's recording. Your input is invaluable in helping us in refining and improving our sessions for the future. You can use the QR code on the screen to access the feedback form or the link provided below. It only takes a few moments to complete, and your thoughts will directly shape upcoming professional development opportunities. Thank you for participating in the NCFE Professional Development Week and watching this recording. We hope you found it insightful and full of actionable strategies to enhance your teaching practice. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope you've gained some inspiration from today. We hope to see you at sessions in the future.